Hello, everyone. Students, today we have an important topic, and this topic deals with US, United States, exit from the World Health Organization and what would impact it will have on global health. So you might be wondering, what is WHO? Why did the US leave it? Will this decision affect global health? And most importantly, how does this change impact countries around the world, including developing nation? Don't worry, by the end of this episode, you will have clear understanding of what's happening, why it matters, and what the future might look like. So grab your headphones, get comfortable, and let's dive right in. Before we talk about the US leaving WHO, let's first understand what WHO is and why it is so important. World Health Organization was founded in the year 1948. Yes, it was founded in the year 1948 as a part of the United Nations. Its main goal is to ensure global health and well being for all people. Some of its major responsibilities of WHO is first is preventing and controlling diseases like polio, malaria and even COVID-19. तो मेन काम क्या है कि diseases को prevent करना, control करना. Secondly, helping countries improve their healthcare systems by training doctors and nurses. तो डॉक्टर्स और जो नर्सेस हैं कंट्रीज में उनको भी ट्रेनिंग देना ताकि अपने कंट्री के हेल्थ वो इम्प्रूव कर सके. थर्डली, प्रोवाइडिंग इमरजेंसी एड ड्यूरिंग हेल्थ क्राइसिस. अभी पीछे जब एबोला आउटब्रेक हुआ था या फिर कोई पैंडमिक हुआ था कोविड-19 में, तो उस टाइम ऐसे इमरजेंसी के टाइम पे भी डब्ल्यू एच ओ इमरजेंसी एड प्रोवाइड कराता है. और इवन अगर नेचुरल डिजास्टर हो तब भी डब्ल्यू एच ओ हेल्प प्रोवाइड कराता है. लास्टली, डब्ल्यू एच ओ रिसर्च वर्क भी कंडक्ट करता है टू फाइंड बेटर मेडिसिन एंड vaccines. So basically, WHO plays a huge role in keeping the world safe and healthy. Now let's move to the big news. Why did the US decide to leave this important organization? See, on January 23, 2025, US government, basically this year only, in the month of January, US government issued an executive order to withdraw from membership of the WHO. Okay, and this wasn't the first time this happened. US also had planned to leave WHO in 2020 itself, but later it rejoined. This time the decision was based on three major reasons. अब यूएस ने क्या कहा है कि क्या रीजन दिया है कि क्यों वो डब्ल्यू को लीव कर रहे हैं, तो उन्होंने थ्री मेजर रीजन दिए हैं. फर्स्ट इज फंडिंग इश्यूज. सबसे पहले फंडिंग इश्यूज है. तो डब्ल्यू यूएस गवर्नमेंट का क्या कहना है कि वो बहुत ज़्यादा मनी कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं WHO एज कंपेयर टू अदर कंट्रीज. Okay, so US government has argued that it was contributing too much money to WHO as compared to other nations, and they felt this was a bit unfair, and they wanted to stop funding the WHO. Secondly, some US officials believed that WHO was too slow and inefficient in responding to global health crisis. They wanted reforms in the organization, but they felt that the progress was too slow. वो चाहते थे कि जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है उसमें जो रिफॉर्म्स लाने की ज़रूरत है, क्योंकि अभी प्रेजेंट टाइम में अगर देखा जाए तो वो बहुत स्लो है और इनएफिशिएंट है. अगर ग्लोबल हेल्थ क्राइसिस में हम देखते हैं, खास तौर पे एग्जाम्पल जो दिया गया है वो कोविड का दिया गया है. And sometimes global organizations like WHO become a part of international politics. So US government might have believed that WHO's decision were not aligning with US interest. Of course, America first. The policy रही है उनकी, तो उन्हें लग रहा है कि जो WHO के decision है वो उनके interest के साथ aligned नहीं हुए हैं. राइट, तो इसीलिए उन्होंने इन बिकॉज ऑफ दीज थ्री रीजंस यूएस गवर्नमेंट डिसाइडेड दैट इट्स गोना लीव the WHO. But what does this decision really mean for the world and the rest of the organization? सी, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, इसे समझने के लिए हमें ज़रूरत है कि WHO को फंडिंग कैसे होती है, हाउ इज डब्ल्यू फंडेड एंड व्हाई इज द यूएस इम्पोर्टेंट। सी, WHO को फंडिंग दो तरीके से होती है, ठीक है, फ्रॉम टू सोर्सेस। फर्स्ट इज assessed contributions. Okay, assessed contributions. The WHO gets its funding from two sources. First is assessed contribution, which is a fixed amount that each country must pay every year, like a membership fee. So it's a sort of membership fee. तो ये तो सारे countries को देना होता है every year. And then it has something called voluntary contributions, which comes from a range of donor agencies and additional contributions from WHO member states. So, extra money that countries choose to donate for specific projects like fighting malaria or improving healthcare in poorer countries. Now, the US was one of the biggest contributors to WHO. So, when it decides to leave, it's like a school losing one of its biggest sponsors. So, what impact it will have? See, things will become uncertain and programs may slow down. ओके, तो VCs जो वॉलेंट्री कंट्रीब्यूशन होता है, असेस कंट्रीब्यूशन होता है। अब यूएस का क्या क्या है फंडा, कि यूएस सबसे बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूटर है WHO का। So if US is deciding to leave, then things might become uncertain. There are certain programs, research which is going on. तो फंडिंग कम होगा तो रिसर्च स्पॉन्सर कौन करेगा? And WHO uses the money for things like salaries for healthcare workers in many countries, emergency responses during disease outbreaks, and providing vaccines and medical supplies to poorer nations. So, without US funding, many of these activities could be at risk. Okay, now the question is, what happens next? How will this affect global health? First is, since US was one of the biggest donors, so WHO may struggle to continue funding important health programs in many countries. Secondly, और यहाँ पे हम बात करते हैं डेवलपिंग नेशन की, जैसे सबसे ज़्यादा डेवलपिंग नेशन कहाँ पर है? अफ्रीका में और एशिया में। तो उनको ही ज़्यादा सफ़र होगा, क्योंकि दे रिलाई हेविली ऑन WHO सपोर्ट फॉर वैक्सीन्स एंड इवन जो मेडिसिन है, डिजीज कंट्रोल प्रोग्राम है। तो एशियन और अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज सबसे ज्यादा सफर करेंगे। क्यों? क्योंकि WHO सबसे ज्यादा जो इन्वेस्ट करता है वो इन्हीं कंट्रीज में कर रहा है, जैसे वैक्सीन के लिए हो गया, चाहे मेडिसिन के लिए हो गया, चाहे डिजीज कंट्रोल प्रोग्राम के लिए हो गया। सेकेंडली, this this will put more burden on other countries for funding. So countries like India, Brazil, South Africa, China, they may have to contribute more funds to fill the gap which is left by the US. An organization like BRICS, G7, G20, they might step in to support WHO financially. Thirdly, many critics say that WHO is too bureaucratic and slow in decision making, and US exit could push WHO to make changes and improve efficiency. And some experts, they have also suggested that WHO should rely less on Western countries and involve more experts from Asia and Africa. Okay, so एक तो ये भी चीज़ें हैं कि काफ़ी कि जो एक्सपर्ट्स है एशिया और अफ्रीका, वहाँ से भी इंक्लूड करना चाहिए, क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा अगर हम वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज़ के ऊपर ही रिलाई करेंगे तो डिसीजन मेकिंग में कहीं ना कहीं वो अफेक्ट होता है। सो नाउ यू मे बी वंडरिंग, इफ WHO इज struggling, what can countries do to ensure global health doesn't suffer? So there are some possible solutions that is mentioned. सबसे पहले तो global south must step up. So countries in global south, especially Asian, Africa, and Latin America, they should come together and support WHO. So instead of depending on the US, countries like India, China, and Brazil, they should increase their funding and take leadership roles in global health. Secondly, Regional health. Instead of one big organization like WHO controlling everything, countries should strengthen their regional health organization. For example, Africa could have a stronger African Center for Disease Control to handle health emergencies. तो रीजनल हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन पर ज्यादा वर्क करना चाहिए, क्योंकि अब देखो रीजनल लेवल पर होगा तो उन्हें पता होगा कि किस तरह से क्या हैंडल किया जाना चाहिए, राइट. Thirdly, reduce WHO's headquarter cost. So, some experts suggest that WHO should move part of its headquarters to other regions, जैसे अफ्रीका हो गया जहाँ पे हेल्थ इशू सबसे ज़्यादा कॉमन है ना. सो दिस वुड रिड्यूस कॉस्ट एंड मेक WHO मोर एफिशिएंट. तो WHO को इससे और ज़्यादा एफिशिएंट बना देगा ये. So, what's the future of WHO? See, many experts believe that US might rejoin WHO in next few years, depending on its political leadership. If a new government is elected in 2028, they might decide to re-enter WHO to restore US influence in global health. However, until then, other countries must take action to ensure global health cooperation does not collapse. So instead of seeing this as a crisis, it could be an opportunity for developing nations to play a bigger role in global health leadership. All right. So that is what uh, is there in this article. I hope you enjoyed this discussion and learned something valuable. Okay. So if you have any question or thoughts, you can share those in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more insightful episodes. Until next time, stay informed and keep learning.